Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it to learn more about Green Compass and CBD. It is great to be back here in Champaign. My name is Troy Shout. I live in Wilmington, North Carolina now. I grew up in Champaign, was born and raised here. We moved down to Wilmington about, it was 9+ years ago. Sorry, family in town, still a sore subject, I know. But great to be back here. Wanted to just have this event while we were here. Green Compass is based in Wilmington, North Carolina. So a number of people here have been involved with Green Compass since the beginning, which is great. Green Compass launched on February 6th. Let me say that again, February 6th of this year. So it is a very, very new company. There are a lot of CBD companies that are out there. Obviously, it's been in the news, it's been online, all over the place recently, right? How many of you have seen a story in the past week about CBD? Many, right? A lot of them. Some of them are false information, we think, but it's a booming industry. It is a crazy booming industry. You'll hear some stats later on. And you know, it's great to be here to talk about something that I never thought I would be doing either. So I've got a full-time job. I work at Wolfram Research still here in Champaign remotely. They're right down the road. I was in there today and yesterday, and I'm very glad I'm remote from Wilmington. I'll leave it at that. But this is not my full-time job. So I'm an independent advocate with Green Compass. I never thought I would do anything in direct sales or multi-level marketing. Many people have a misconception about that, right? I just saw a couple of nods, and I would have been the same 6 to 7 months ago. Really, actually, probably 5 to 6 months ago, before we knew about this opportunity, before we knew about really CBD in general. I didn't know much about CBD until late fall of last year, when my wife had the privilege of meeting Meredith Cook, one of the founders, at an event with mutual friends. They started talking about a potential opportunity down the road. So they stayed in touch, and Kelly is doing consulting now and with another direct sales company actually. So we've always been looking for the next big thing, right? Many of you, I'm sure, have seen something come out in a commercial or see something online like, I wish I would have thought about that, right? So I truly do think CBD is the next big thing. The projections are absolutely crazy, and you'll see stats again later on. But it's something that I felt like I had to jump on. I was interested in doing something different. Again, I've still got my full-time job. So it can be a part-time job, it can be a full-time job. You can do it as you want. You can do it for an hour a day. It is a repeatable process. You'll hear that as well. My friend Sarah, director of sales, she'll say, she's got a lot of good stories. You'll hear a couple of them later, but a lot of people would have rather chewed on glass than be in a direct sales organization, right? Heard that from her, and that stuck, because I never thought I would do it. But it's been great getting into it, and it's different because this is a product that can help people. You'll hear Meredith talk, you'll hear a couple of testimonials today as well, and I've met some great people through this, reconnected with family members through this. So it's really been great. People you'd never think would show up or be interested in a product, are jumping at this. And it's not necessarily the people that you think might be interested, right? People are always watching, that's what we say. So how do you get more information out there? My sister Stephanie will talk about how she's been so successful in a little bit, but it's just a thriving industry. Again, a new company, a farm-to-table type atmosphere for CBD, which is really, really the key that we will focus on. You'll hear a lot today. So the mission of Green Compass, I'll let you read that, but what I really like is that the purpose is to make customers and advocates feel and live better. So this is a product, again, that makes you feel better. This helped me with my sleep. I no longer have the 2-hour fog in the morning. My wife Kelly so eloquently pointed that out a while ago on a Facebook post, which is great. But I no longer have the old man walk when I get out of bed in the morning either. So knee pain, joint pain from playing baseball, whatever. Played golf last couple weeks ago for 3 straight days. Used the cream on my wrists actually and elbow. Had no pain at all. So it's truly a product that can help people, and the Cooks are very, very passionate about this product and the industry in general. So meeting the home office team here, we can see Sterling Cook, the CEO, is back there. Meredith Cook is as well. Brooks is Meredith's brother. Adam Wooten is one of the farmers that is involved with Green Compass, and then Sarah Nielsen is a director of sales. So one of the best things about Green Compass so far, 3 of these 5 home office team individuals are here tonight supporting us and supporting everybody who uses the product and sells the product as well. I truly think that's unique for a direct sales, for a multi-level marketing organization to have that support from the home team. So with that, I would like to bring up Meredith Cook, the president, just to say a few words about the start of the company and her history of getting to know more about CBD.
Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys. We love being here. We adore Troy and Kelly, and just to meet all of you means so much to us. Troy's been with us since the beginning, so when you hear about our growth, he's been a big part of that. I'm not a public speaker, so please give me a little grace. But I am so passionate about these products and this opportunity, and I'm so excited to be here in front of all of you. I believe that we have the ability to change lives, not only mentally and physically, but also financially. And I know this because it all starts with my own journey. I want to tell you a little bit about my story today, the story of our amazing farmers we've partnered with, who we are, and why Green Compass. After I had my second child, I struggled and I wasn't myself. I was desperate to feel better, and one day my brother, co-founder Brooks, and another friend introduced me to CBD. I tried it. Soon the fog was lifted and I was myself again. Fast forward a couple years, Sterling, my husband, started working with Adam and George, our farmers, to grow and sell sweet potatoes all over the world. And during that time, I decided to give CBD to my own children. And that's when I dove in and started doing my own research. I found out that not all hemp is created equal. I was reluctant to give it to them. How could I ensure that I was giving them the best? And this is when I feel like the stars aligned. Adam and George were pioneers in the North Carolina Hemp Pilot Program and advocates for CBD and natural health. Adam and George are sixth-generation farmers. Not only is farming in their blood and how they grew up, but they furthered their education in agriculture and they graduated from North Carolina State University, one of the nation's top ag schools, so they are the real deal. We all decided to come together and create a CBD that we feel good about giving to our own children and families. And the relationships that Adam and George still have with their professors has been beneficial for Green Compass in the sense that they have been here to support us and help us stay abreast on the studies regarding soil, hemp research, and CBD. Again, not all hemp is created equal. It's imperative that someone with knowledge grow and vet our corporate and partner farms. These farms have to meet our high standards and are organically grown without using herbicides and pesticides. We then have the whole hemp flower CO2 extracted to maximize the purest quality CBD concentration. Though this process is more expensive, it is imperative for extracting the highest quality CBD. We have produced some of the purest CBD on the market. And originally we decided to sell our products to medical professionals, therapists, and pharmacists. It wasn't long after that we decided to change our business model. One Sunday morning, my phone started dinging and texts were coming in from friends and family. We had just told them about our new business and they were excited. They were excited to buy it for themselves, for their family members, and even their fur babies. Everyone that they knew could benefit from our CBD in some way. And that's when we knew that this was going to be a word of mouth business. Real people were spreading the story of who we are and our products with everyone that they knew. So more research started happening. If we were going to set this up as a multi-level marketing company, we had to be the best, and we hired experienced industry leaders. We hired the top MLM consulting team, and we built a solid legal team, from our FDA attorney, MLM attorney, corporate attorneys, all the way to our cannabis attorneys. Together, we developed a solid and lucrative compensation plan that we know can financially change lives. And between our amazing products, Sterling's business knowledge, our trusted farmers, Brooks and my passion for CBD, our director of sales, Sarah, and all of you, we are so excited to say that we have brought this vision to life.
Well, no, it's great to be here with all of you guys. We appreciate you coming out tonight. And just want to say a couple words, and I'll turn it over to Sarah, our director of sales. We're very lucky to find Sarah. She's out of Seattle, Washington. We also have another regional out of Kansas City. We have all of our implementation and fulfillment, growing, all of our operations are actually in North Carolina, about 45 minutes outside of Wilmington, in a small town called Chadburn, North Carolina. there's two stoplights, not one but two. But we started there in the sweet potato business. I've been in ag for most of the last decade, full time. And North Carolina is one of the largest agricultural states, and I know it's flying in. It looks like Illinois is. What do you guys grow here? Is it
Corn and soybeans.
corn, beans? Okay. The two largest crops North Carolina produces are tobacco, like it has been for the past 100 years, and sweet potatoes. The majority of the sweet potatoes are grown in North Carolina in America. Not many people know that. So when we started growing sweet potatoes, we got up to 15,000 acres. We have a lot of partner growers that grow with us, where we genetically grow the plants, give it to the growers, that type of thing, and all of our farmers grow tobacco. About 15 years ago, they had what they call the tobacco buyout, which essentially the government paid, I think it was $1 billion, I think it was a B in front of it, to farmers not to farm tobacco, which is their number one cash crop. And as of a few years ago, that tobacco buyout's kind of gone away. Every year, all of our farmers that we work with, their tobacco gets cut in half. Soybeans, corn, wheat, nothing's making any money. So in 2017, when the hemp pilot program reached North Carolina, we said, well, we don't really know what this is going to do. We're going to start somewhere. We've got to give growers an opportunity. And originally in our mind, we had textiles. And we have a cannabis attorney. His name's Rod Kite. He's in Asheville, North Carolina. And when I went to his office one day, he has it's like an original newspaper from shortly after the Civil War. And it has hemp in there, hemp oil being marketed in the newspaper. North Carolina has always grown hemp for hundreds of years until about the 30s, where they outlawed marijuana, and they kind of grouped it all together. So for the past 70 or 80 years, nobody's really known the benefits of hemp and CBD, and there hasn't been a whole lot of research that has gone into it. Come to find out, there are a tremendous amount of benefits to CBD and some other terpenes and other things that are found in the hemp plant. So that's when we changed our mindset, and with Meredith's help, we decided we're going to look into the CBD business. And just like Troy, I never thought I'd be in direct marketing either. And now we're running the company, and it's interesting. But it's if we're going to grow the purest product and the best product out there, we want to do it in a way that people feel comfortable buying it from their friend or their trusted level. And instead of having brick and mortar and that type of thing, that's just the way we decided to go. And it has been a huge success. And I don't like the word multi-level. I mean, more what we look at is kind of like a community marketing type feel. It's kind of a grassroots feel where, we are the farmers, we are the extractors, we are bottling it, we are packaging your product. We're handling it from A to Z, where a lot of these other companies out there right now get it from China, get it from, I don't know if they know where they get it from. Who knows what's really in the bottle? So it's very important that whoever's purchasing CBD does it from a trusted source. And that's what we're shooting out to do, is to become the leader and the trusted source in the industry by going farm to table like nobody else has. So we're really the only company out there that's been doing it. And while we've been planning this company for a couple of years, we rolled it out after the Farm Bill was passed in December of last year. Because it was still iffy on, you had CBD and hemp included with marijuana, and that Farm Bill finally split those apart like it should have been done a long time ago, which gave us the green light to start producing it and selling it in mass volume. And we've had tremendous success. None of us, I think, thought that this thing would grow as fast as it has. I think the biggest thing that has been pushing this business has been customer testimonials. Would you say so? I mean, just hearing some of what some of these people say after they take the product, it kind of blows your mind, really. It makes you feel good about what you're doing. So this is the first time in my life I've actually done a job that felt meaningful, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. So it's going really well. But we are going to continue to grow. We're in this thing for the long haul. We're a CBD company. We're not a skincare company that's selling some CBD. I mean, that's what we're focused on. So we're going to be putting in a couple new greenhouses this summer. We're looking at some different varietal development. We're going to have some more products coming out soon. We're just enjoying the ride right now and growing and keeping up with it as fast as we can. So, and it's a great crop to grow. I mean, everything we grow plants that have very low THC in them, and it's tested by the state. I mean, if they actually come out and it's over 0.3%, which is really low in those, I mean, they destroy the crop. So, I mean, we are not focused on THC products. We're focused on on hemp. So that being said, guys, thank you for having us. It really means a lot. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I feel honored that this was the first event Sterling spoke at. That's awesome. He said pretty much everything that is on this next slide, which is great. A couple of things he did not say. Started February 6th again. You'll hear me say that a couple times just to stress it. Over $2 million in sales, 1,500 plus advocates at this point, and 5,000 plus customers in 3 months. So it has taken off, obviously, and we're very, very happy to be here to share all of this. So I'm going to jump out to YouTube now just to kind of show a video that will detail more about CBD and then specifically why Green Compass CBD as well.
Hello, and welcome to Green Compass, a unique blend of modern science, organic agriculture, healthy living, and opportunity. We've combined the sweeping wave of CBD excitement with an economic roadmap that offers the chance for anyone to grab hold of their physical and financial well-being. And these two paths meet in one life-changing compound, CBD. CBD is a cannabinoid found in hemp and known for supporting the body and mind in many ways. Not to be confused with oil from hemp seeds, CBD comes from the flowers and leaves of the hemp plant and has 0 psychoactive properties. CBD works synergistically with the body's endocannabinoid system to help maintain overall wellness and support many of our body's physical processes. Discovered in the 1990s, the endocannabinoid system, or ECS, affects many of our biological processes. Endocannabinoids are found in the immune system, the central nervous system, the brain, organs, connective tissue, and glands. The ECS is involved in many physiological processes like appetite, sleep, digestion, mood, memory, metabolism, hormones, and even heart function. So how does CBD fit into the ECS picture? The ECS has a series of receptors on cells throughout the body designed to accept cannabinoids like CBD. In fact, there are more receptors in our body for CBD than any other kind of receptors. CBD activates these receptors, which in turn boosts some of the ECS's most vital functions, causing a cascade of homeostasis, or balance, throughout the body. Some of these functions include those associated with inflammation due to exercise, mood, sleep, anxiety, and much, much more. CBD can help the ECS accomplish its main goal, a healthy and stable equilibrium in adults, children, and animals. As incredible as CBD is, we know that it doesn't stop there. Green Compass Full Spectrum Hemp Extract contains CBD as well as a host of other cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids. These compounds work synergistically to provide the body with everything this amazing plant has to offer. So why Green Compass? A breakthrough in health and nutrition, 6 generations of agriculture experience, a state-of-the-art cultivation process, and a commitment to sustainability and community. These are the building blocks upon which Green Compass has built its foundation. The only thing missing is you. Our purpose is that every person, whether an avid user or an independent advocate, will both feel better and live better as a result of their experience with Green Compass. Our business opportunity is designed to fit into anyone's life, anyone's income goals. It could be a few extra dollars a month or a new career adventure for you and your family. The point is, the choice is yours. Talk to a Green Compass advocate about how easy it can be to enjoy all the benefits that CBD and Green Compass have to offer.
But again, Sterling said most of this. Green Compass is a CBD company, not a company that sells CBD. You can go into a gas station, you can go into Walmart, you can go anywhere and find CBD, right? You don't know the quality of that. Highest standards for both quality of product and ethical standards of compliance. Expert team of industry professionals, that was mentioned as well. This is really important too, 100% money back guarantee. So when you purchase from us, you become an advocate. If for some reason the product doesn't work for you, which is very, very rare we are finding, we have a 100% money back guarantee on that product. So for us out there talking to people, that is very, very important to know. So I'm going to talk about our products now, but before I do that, I'm going to bring up my mother-in-law, Kim Pilashevsky, to talk a bit about how the product has helped her, helped my father-in-law Keith as well. So they've got a great story where Kim actually donated a kidney to Keith 6 years ago. He can't take the oil, so he has been very successful with the cream product. So take it away.
Back in February, when Kelly and Troy told me they were getting into this new venture, so they kind of were telling me a little bit about the benefits, and I thought, what the heck, what's this? This is not a huge investment. I may as well jump on it. And when they said that it helps with anxiety and sleep and pain, the sleep was what I was like, oh my God, because I've been an Ambien taker for longer than I care to admit, because I just can't sleep. And so I thought, if there's something that can help me get away from that fog in the morning and that airhead feeling, it's worth a try. So when my kit came in the first night, it was like this scary panic that I had that if I take this and if it doesn't work, I'm not going to sleep. So I was really nervous. But anyways, so I took it, and the first night I had terrible nightmares. And at one point I had taken melatonin a long time ago, and I had the same nightmare then. So it scared the crap out of me, but I thought, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying it. So I did it again the next night, and I slept like a baby, and I am 3 months Ambien free, and I'm not an airhead every day. So it has helped me sleep. I mean, there's nothing worse than if you can't sleep. It's awful. So anyway, so that's my story. But then Keith has recently been diagnosed with thoracic spinal arthritis, which is the mid-back all the way up into his neck. And it was about the time that this happened. Well, so I was doing research, and because of the anti-rejection meds that he takes, he can't take the oil. We haven't even asked the doctor, because we will, when we go back up to Loyola for a checkup, we'll mention it, but I don't think that he will be able to take it because it would counteract. But the topical doesn't go into your bloodstream. And so I had this cream, and I said, let's try it. So I rubbed it in, and he just kept saying, it's cold. But anyways, so the first night he was skeptical. He's thinking, I don't know if it's in my head, but it like worked in his backache. I mean, I don't think it was gone, but it was greatly reduced. So he's been using the topical for a couple months, and he gets around. So, I mean, it's truly, truly helped, because I saw the way he was before. But anyways, so I think that's it.
Thank you. So on the product side, as she mentioned, we have the tinctures, we have the topical creams, we have a pet-specific tincture as well for cats, dogs, etc. So anybody with an endocannabinoid system can benefit from CBD. All mammals have that system. So here are our separate products: 500 milligrams, 750, 1,000 milligram, isolate and full spectrum. The isolate is TH-free. We have different flavors as well. 300 milligram for the topical creams, natural and menthol. Menthol gives you kind of the Bengay feeling, is how I like to explain that. And then the 250 milligram pet tincture as well. Products range from $50 to $140, and that's full price. There is a preferred customer discount of 20% as well. So that's just the very basics on the products that we have available. As Sterling noted, many new products are being developed and will be rolled out in the future. So that is a very exciting thing for us. The business opportunity side, as I mentioned, I had no idea what this would look like when I got into it. I had never done anything like this, and it has really been amazing finding different ways to reach out to people and getting connected with other people as well. So to talk a little bit about this side of things, I would like to bring up my sister Stephanie, who jumped on board with Green Compass very early on as well. She was doing some research. She actually saw my first Facebook post when I announced I was joining. She said, "We're going to have to talk." We hadn't talked in a long time. So that has been awesome. So Stephanie, come on up. And
I'm Stephanie. I am Troy's sister. And like he said, we have been out of connection, I guess, for a very long time. And that's one of the really great things about Green Compass is we reconnected. So I think he wanted me to talk about how I learned about CBD, how I became involved with Green Compass, and then how I kind of reached out to everybody that first month, because I am not a salesperson whatsoever. I am a nurse, and I work in a school, and I am comfortable going to my school every day with my little kids and putting Band-Aids on them and giving them inhalers. That's what I do. So that's what I'm comfortable with. I'm getting a little more comfortable now selling to it. It's very, very fun. Last summer, my daughter and I were in California, and we were there all summer for a music thing that she was doing. And we kept seeing these 3 letters CBD, and we had no idea what those letters were. They were on magazines, they were on billboards, they were even on in drinks. And one day we went to lunch and we saw this cooler full of beautiful drinks. I mean, they were really pretty. They were like lavender and green and yellow, and they had lavender honey. So we're like, hey, let's try one of those. So we grab our lunch, we grab our drinks, we go outside, and halfway through lunch, my daughter Emily is just like giggling. She's like giggling and being really silly, and I'm sitting here thinking, I feel good, man. This is a good day. I'm feeling good. What's happening? And her friend across the way was like, what is up? So he came running over. He's like, do you know what you girls are drinking? And we're like, no, what? He's like, you're drinking marijuana. And we're like, oh my God, we're drinking marijuana. We're going to get in trouble. Well, we weren't drinking marijuana, but we did feel a huge difference, and we felt really, really good. So we just kept buying them and drinking them the whole time. So when I did get home, I was very curious about what we were drinking. I wanted to make sure we weren't drinking marijuana. So I started researching CBD. I Googled it, and I started reading and reading and reading. And then I started taking notes, and I started researching and writing and researching and writing. And then I started thinking, I want to sell this. I want to help as many people as I can, because that's what I do. I started thinking about all the things and all the people I could help. Like my dad, who has arthritis in his back. He can hardly walk some days. He also has arthritis in his fingers. He can barely move his fingers. And then I started thinking about my mother-in-law. She has Parkinson's, and she has tremors. And she lives in an assisted living home. And they go down to the dining room every day and have dinner and breakfast. And she's come to the point where her tremors are so bad that she's so embarrassed to go down and eat. So it's very hard. So I wanted to help her. So that's why I became interested, and that's why I wanted to sell to help people, and I've helped so many people. It's wonderful. Sorry, it's just very emotional. So anyway, I started researching, started reading, wanted to sell, but I didn't know how to do it. And things happen for a reason. I am a firm believer in that. And like Troy said, the next day, I'm not kidding you, the very next day, I see his post. And he said, hey, I joined this great company, Green Compass, and I'm selling CBD. Let me know if you're interested. And I was like, this is crazy. I want to sell this. So I reached out to Troy, and I said, you know, I want to sell it. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to do it, but I want to do it. So after about a week or so of talking. We haven't talked that long forever, probably ever. Every day we talked, and he sent me information. I read information. I read the website. And what got me was we had a 3-way call with Sarah. And after I hung up, I was sold. Sarah has such good information. I hung up and I said to my husband, I'm going to sell CBD. And he was like, good, okay, that's great. So the next morning I got up, I got my computer, I logged on, was ready to go, about to push the join button, and I got scared. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I can't do this. I don't sell. I'm not a seller. I work with little kids. That's what I do. So I went back and forth about 20 minutes, jumping to the computer, jumping away, and then I finally just hit that button. And I was very excited. Still very nervous because, what do I do now? How do I move on? How do I sell if I don't like to talk in front of people? And I thought, well, I'm really good on Facebook. I don't tweet. I don't Instagram. So I use my Facebook. And that first week, I posted every single day. And I'm sure all my friends were really tired of hearing about it. But after that second week, I think I sold 3 products without even trying the product myself. I believe in it that much, so much, just from the information and just from all that research and reading all the things that can help. So I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. I can do this. So that first month is when I used Facebook the most. I would just read some of my research, and I would post true, real facts. And then when my friends started taking it, and when I started taking it, that's when it really took off. People love a good story. People love to hear a real story. And that's how I pretty much started my whole business, was with Facebook. It's funny, word of mouth. I don't post that much anymore. People know I sell it. They stop me at the grocery store now. They stop me at school. I think my whole school is on CBD. They all love it. I have so many. They stop me in the hall, or a teacher will be like, gosh, my neck is hurting. I'm like, hey, I've got this great cream in my purse. Come here. And they love it, and they order it right away. So that's my story.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And I do need to brag, you left one thing out,
What's that?
you were top 5 in sales in the first month.
I know.
So now I will turn things over to Sarah Nelson, the Director of Sales for Green Compass. She's been in the industry for a while, and I will turn it over to her for her to explain more about the industry and why Green Compass was such a great fit for her.
So thank you guys for coming out. Just really briefly about myself, I've been with Green Compass since December, but I've been in this industry for about 18 years. So most of that I was spent in the field. I was doing what Troy's doing, building a team, what Stephanie's doing, growing a lucrative business. I had a background in sales, but I was a real job snob. That's that person that thought, oh, come on, it's not really, you really don't make any money at something like this. Or I didn't know anybody that was successful. But I knew a lot of people who weren't, the people that have like a garage full of inventory when you go up their house. What do you want? Chapstick, candles, teriyaki sauce, like I got it all, because they were trying to, achieve some kind of a goal and then ended up racking up a bunch of credit cards and making their spouse mad and then in the end quitting. That's what I knew. And it wasn't until somebody that was close to me started having success in this industry and my second child was born that I thought, okay, maybe I ought to take a look at this, because she was having fun, she was making money, she was owning her own time, she was at Starbucks while I was at work, she was at the gym while I was still at work, and I thought, okay, maybe I need to take a look at what she's doing. So I was with one company for 10 years, another company for about 2 years, and then the last company I was in there for almost 5 years, and then until I came to the corporate side. And I decided to move to corporate because I felt like I had learned so much in the industry, building, international organizations and, training lots of people and traveling all around. It was great. But I got to the point where I didn't feel like I was really contributing as much as I needed to. Like, I didn't feel like I was making as much of a difference that I wanted to, that I needed to make to feel good about what I was doing. And so I thought, you know what? I could do this for corporate. I could partner with a company and help them teach their sales field, help them create the tools so that their sales field can be successful, help them with their processes and just all the different things that encompass building a company like this. And I was just feel really lucky to have had the opportunity to be referred to the cooks for Green Compass. And I have to be honest, like at first, when the opportunity, came across my desk, I was like, well, wait a second. CBD, is that even legal? Number one. And I live in Washington where everything's legal, but I was like, I don't think that's the case everywhere else. And then the other side was like, ground floor company is a really exciting thing. But I mean, this was like basement, like dig it up under the basement, like we haven't done anything yet. We haven't even sold a product yet. We don't have a staff yet. And I'm thinking, what if we have a failure to launch? Like, what if I put all my eggs in this basket and it doesn't really go the way that we think it's going to go? So I had to do some research too. I had to, research CBD. I had to research the cooks. They had to research me. It was a long process. We laugh about it now. I was like, for the love, would you make a decision? No, I'm just kidding. And really look at who they were aligning with, right? Because they didn't have MLM experience. So the fact that they had invested their resources to align with a really reputable firm to help them write the compensation plan, write the policies and procedures spoke a lot to me. And then, partner with the attorneys so they made sure that everything was in compliance on all of the different things that we have to watch. So, and then of course just getting a chance to meet them and chat with them, and we just really connected. And so I want to just briefly talk to you guys about the industry as a whole. Okay, because wherever you're at, however much experience you have or don't have in this industry or whatever you know about CBD or whatever, I just want to talk to you like just in general about this space. Because not only might MLM be new to you, but the CBD space is new to everybody, right? We're creating this whole new space. So you have this ground floor opportunity, which is exciting in and of itself, but then able to have a ground floor opportunity in a space that's new is doesn't come along very often. So there's three things that you really look for. The first thing is the product. Is the product something that people would actually buy if there was no compensation plan attached to it? Right? Are you just buying it because your friend's selling it to you? How many of you guys have done that once or so, right? You go somewhere and you're like, all right, give me the t-shirt, give me the lotion, right? But CBD, something that really is going to benefit the way that you feel, you would be buying that if you knew that it worked, right? Like if Kim knew that it was going to work for her, she'd be buying it whether Troy was selling it to her or not, wouldn't she? That's what I mean. So do you want to make sure that you align with a product that people actually want? The second thing is the leadership. You really want to make sure that you're partnering with people that know what they're doing. They know who they are, they know where they're going, they know how they're going to get there. Because I don't know if you've ever worked for somebody that just their values didn't align with yours, or the way that they did business didn't align with yours, or there was no synergy there. It can be miserable and also stall the growth, right? So you want to make sure that you partner with someone that knows what they're doing. And the cooks not only know what they're doing, but have surrounded themselves with other people who also know what they're doing. Just kidding. And then the last piece is the compensation plan, right? You want to make sure that you're getting involved in something that's going to make a difference to you. Whether that's a little or a lot, doesn't matter. But what's your ROI got to be? So that whatever time you're putting into it, energy, the research you have to do, the things that you might have to do that are uncomfortable to you, what's the return got to be on your end to make you feel like it's worth it? And moreover, it has to be simple and duplicatable. Because if it's not, nobody will do it. Our field is a sea of volunteers. Nobody comes knocking on your door on the 15th of the month and says, hey, where you been? Haven't heard much from you. You didn't sell anything. You didn't do anything. You didn't show up to anything. That's all on you, right? But it has to be something that's simple and duplicatable. So if you do A, B, C, D, repeat, A, B, C, D, repeat, we're all doing the same thing the same way, whether you live here or in Wilmington or in Seattle or Texas, or when we go international, it'll be the same thing. Can you plug into a system that is duplicatable and proven and go with the flow? Like you heard it from Stephanie. Like, I'm not a salesperson. I love it when people say that. Like, good, thank you. We're not looking for salespeople. We're looking for people that can get excited about CBD. and then share it with their friends. The entire company, you guys, thus far has been built on testimonials. We haven't done any advertising. We haven't spent a dime on SEO. You don't see us on it. Did you guys see that Green Compass commercial on the public recently, cable? No, that's because there isn't one. Okay, we don't do any of that because we have you. We have a product that actually works. So when we think about what a strategy that is, if it didn't work, if we didn't already know that it worked, would we be encouraging our customers to send us their feedback? We do it all the time. We have a special email address, send us your testimonials. If we didn't already know that it worked, that'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it? We wouldn't want to get an inbox full of stuff like, this stuff doesn't work. No, we already know. And the whole company is built on that. So that makes me feel comfortable. I hope that makes you feel comfortable. And that's what you share. You can tell them to Google all the other stuff. You share how it makes you feel, or someone that you know how it makes them feel, or how it's benefited in some way. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so there's 9 different ways to earn. If you can think about, we were talking about that you need to have that lucrative compensation plan, or one that makes sense and is duplicatable and lucrative. And we have 9 different buckets, if you will, 9 different ways that you get paid. And the simplest way I like to explain it is the more engaged you get, the more access you have to these buckets. Okay? So we're not about making we don't make medical claims. We also don't make income claims. So you're going to, whatever you want to earn is kind of up to you. We can give you a formula, we can help you, we can give you tips and tricks, but you're the one that has to do the work. So whether you make a little or a lot, you want a little or a lot, you want to play a little, you want to play it, at a higher level, that's up to you. But we do have a lucrative compensation plan on whatever level you want to play. You're getting commission on your retail sales, you get commission on your preferred customer sales, you get commission on your own sales, your own orders. And then as you build your team, you're getting a residual on what they do as well. So now some of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, you didn't tell me this. Troy, is this a pyramid? We hear that sometimes. Is this a pyramid? And I always just tell people, what do you mean by that? Because what I found in 18 years is nobody really knows what they mean by that. It's just kind of a buzzword that they've heard, right? And I just want you to feel comfortable that, first of all, pyramids are illegal. It's not a pyramid. But what that really means is that there's no product or service being exchanged for money. And we are a product-driven company. If nobody sells any product, nobody makes any money. So it's not about just, pushing you out to do everything. It's we're all in this together. We're all gathering testimonials. We're all sharing with our friends and family, and all ships rise with the tide. You also can get bonuses and overrides, master, and all kinds of different things. So what are we looking for? Do you have a personal or professional goal that you'd like to achieve? Some of you might be working really hard right now at a 8-to-5 job. But for whatever reason, the income that you're bringing in isn't cutting it for something that's important to you. Whether it's college or a vacation, or sometimes it's just the car payment. Statistically, $500 a month can keep 80% of Americans out of bankruptcy. An extra $500 a month. So you don't have to have goals of earning $20,000 or $30,000 a month. What if you had a goal of just getting that money monkey off your back so that when you go to bed at night, you're not stressed out? Would that be worth it? I've been there. I've been to the grocery store where, you don't have to tell me if you have, but I've been to the grocery store where they're checking your groceries and you're like, oh damn, maybe I don't want those apples, because you don't know what's in your checking account. And what $500 would have done for me at times in my life is changed my life. So even if it's not you sitting in this room financially, I bet you know someone who could really use an opportunity like this. Are you coachable and willing to learn? Are you willing to follow a system? Are you willing to learn how to run a Green Compass business? And then do you have the desire to help other people while doing so? Because you're going to, even accidentally, if you don't want to, you're going to help somebody live better, or you're going to help somebody feel better. And then how do you get training? So there's lots of training available. And that's a question that we get all the time. Okay, let's say I sign up with you, and kind of like what Stephanie was saying too, I don't know what to do. What do I do now? And what I want you to know is that we have more training available for you than you probably would take advantage of. Whether you like to read it, you like to watch it on video, you like to have it live and in person, You want to watch somebody else do it. We have weekly training, monthly training, training in the book, training online, training, okay? We got lots of training. So you will have no shortage of that. And then what we really encourage you to do at this point is do your due diligence. Do some more research, talk to some more people, think about it, talk with your spouse, talk with somebody else, so that you can make a confident decision either way, whether this is something you want to take a closer look at. And I'm talking about even just being a customer. You don't know if this is something you want to take, do a little research on it. Talk to somebody else, put your feelers out, see what you come up with. Think about the possibilities. Whether you're skeptical or you're jumping up in your chair right now like, yes, either way, think about what this could do for you or for somebody that you care about. And I just encourage you to make a decision sooner than later, even if it's no. If you don't decide to partner with Green Compass as an advocate or as a customer, I don't care. And I mean that in a nice way. But I don't, because I already believe it. I already know, right? But you have to believe it. And if you do, then, let's lock arms and do this thing. And if you don't, that's okay. We still love you and really appreciate you coming out and checking us out tonight, even if you just, got bribed to come and hang out with Troy. I don't know what he said to get you here, but I do know this. I've been around a long time in this industry, and this rocket ship is about to take off. And you have the really unique opportunity to grab on and ride the company's momentum. We're doing all the work for you. In 2 years from now, you guys, is it still going to be a good opportunity? Yes. Is CBD still going to be great? Yes. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. And the only difference is in 2 years, you're going to have to create your own momentum. Think about like Facebook. When the idea of Facebook first came to fruition, they pioneered a whole space, right? A whole different thing. And there were certain people sitting in a room like this that were like, this is stupid. Like, why would I want to see a picture of everybody's salad, right? I don't care that you were at Costco today, Sarah, right? But then there were some people that were forward thinking that were like, well, wait a second, they might be onto something here, and look at how that turned out. But what if a new company came along, like Facebook, and was going to launch today? It wouldn't have nearly the social or economic impact that Facebook did. Why? Because everybody already gets it. Everybody's already on board with it. Everybody already uses it. And that's what you're going to face in a few years with CBD. It's still going to be great, and people are still going to be buying, and the commerce is going to be hot, and it's going to be everywhere. But it's not like it is right now, when the space is so new. So just really quick, we have 2 different options as far as kits go. We have a basic kit, which basically gives you the opportunity to participate in sharing Green Compass. And then we have our Core Start Pack, which comes with all the products, the training, the website, your tech fees, just everything that you need. It's a business in a box like this. And then you have access to all of our tools and resources to help you be successful. That's one of our advocates with her when she first got her business kit. So you know what? There are not a lot of times that you have the opportunity to be in the right place at the right time. And I used to hear my parents talk about different stocks they should have bought, and all the different things that they should have done. And I think about that sometimes when I do talks like this with CBD, because I bet that someone in the audience, whether it's this event or an event we do in the next few weeks, somebody's going to remember this conversation and be like, oh yeah, that's what she was talking about. So I just appreciate you guys coming. I'm going to turn it over to Troy to wrap it up, and thank you guys so much for showing up on May 9th.
That is very true. I forgot about that. Thank you for the reminders. What is this guy? Why am I going to Central Illinois? But thank you again for coming, Sterling, Meredith, and Sarah. Really appreciate everybody else for coming too, and just learning more about this product and the team that's associated with the product. So somebody invited you here tonight, obviously. Hook up with them, get more information. We'll hang around for a bit if you have questions. We will wrap it up now. Again, thank you everybody for your time. Really appreciate it and look forward to getting to know all of you. Thank you again. Appreciate it.